What's up, and welcome to another exciting adventure of Ride the Rebellion podcast. I'm your host, Drew, and with me today is the king of the South Alabama Turndown, the reigning, defending Reb champion, Dale Boyd of Dale Boyd Sports Management.
And we're back. It seems like so long since we've done a podcast.
No comment. Today on the show, nothing. It's just a catch-up. Obviously, last week, or last time you heard this, depending on where you are, if you're in the special podcast group or not, if you heard this last time, we were very busy dealing with a live stream that both worked and didn't at the same time.
That's right.
We were supposed to go live to multiple sources. We don't know. We have to figure that part out. We'll get there one day. But that's what it is. It looks like it's freezing. No, it looks like it's working. I can't tell anymore. It's just being weird.
It's all the technology.
It's all the technologies just go. The women's is and technology is just going against our way. All right, so we're going to talk about a couple of things, but before we get into our little conversation, we'd like to talk about our sponsors. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll have a summit about all of our sponsors.
One day we'll have a summit with all of our sponsors.
Yeah, there you go. So a big shout out to our newest sponsor, though we don't really have anything technically organized with them yet, but shout out to our pals at Build Tune Ride. And that is Jody Clements and friends over at Build Tune Ride. If you've if you've been in the Southeast, you've probably seen them at a race. Their racers are quite talented, but Jody and them also have a store. They sell really well tuned intenses.
Okay, well,
intensely in tuned intenses.
That was intense.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I think it was good. I like it. I like what you were doing there.
That is Dale's two pats, which a two pat is a fuck you, the friendliest way possible.
Well, it's kind of funny the way that our awesome sponsors work. It's like build, tune, ride, or run and try.
Yeah. Speaking of run and try, we have
special.
We have a special contest today. Would you like to announce the first annual?
Ooh, first annually? Is this the first time we've done this annually?
Yeah, don't even.
All right, so we have a contest running starting when you're hearing this until the next podcast comes out, which will be 2 weeks from today. Whoever is the first person to go in to Run and Try, record yourself saying, I love the Ride the Rebellion podcast and I love Run and Try, and sends us the video, gets a free pair of shoes.
That's correct. A totally free pair of shoes on the spot.
$150 value.
$150 value.
Yep.
So all you have to do is go in there. An employee has to witness this. You
yes,
can't go in there
an
and
employee
just be
has
like,
to video.
You can't go in there and just be like, I'm Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish.
I love the Rebellion. Run and Try.
Yeah, no, it has to be legit. And also, you won't know if you're the first or not until after you record the video. And if you record it, you may as well send it to us. We'll have a whole little loop.
You got to send it either
You have to send it to us. And it has to be at the store.
Yeah.
And if you're not first, you're last. No, if you're not first.
Is that what they teach you with the sports management?
Yeah. That's the only way.
Last year's our first lesson for sports management.
That's the only way we do
things. You're
things.
not first, you're last. Thank you, guys. Here's your graduation certificates. Go back to playing basketball.
Yeah. If you're last, because you weren't first, then go ahead and pick up some stuff.
You know what? I'll sweeten the pot.
Okay. Ooh, here we go.
Sweeten the pot.
Specialty.
So you get the shoes situation there,
right?
But we have consolation prizes.
Oh, is this?
Yeah, if you send in the video, we will pick our favorite one of those.
Okay.
And whoever wins the video side will win a consolation prize. Legit. A legit prize. I don't know what it is yet. It's from our prize vault.
We do have a deep prize vault.
We have some decent stuff hidden away.
We do, actually. I have a whole box.
Yeah, there's like a legit prize vault. So you could get everything from, I see like a hand up thing. I see another Fox hat. I see some Fox stickers, like high-end ones. You could get some Element. You could get something from our prize pack of prize awesomeness.
I've got a bunch of Mississippi Gravel Cup stuff.
Yeah, we got some hand up stuff left.
Yeah. We got some stuff.
There's stuff, so you could win. So you got to turn in your bit. Also, maybe we'll even give you an entry into the next time we do a T-shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's a good bonus.
That's all. There's a whole bunch of things that are up in the air, but one thing that should not be up in the air is where you choose to get your tattoos from.
Oh my God, that might have been your best segue. way ever. Go ahead, continue. Let's see how it goes.
Because at Man of War tattoo, you are the man, and
At
Kevin
war.
will go to war.
With your dermatologist. do you do you hate your dermatologist? Well, Kevin Black does. And at Man of War tattoo, he's gonna cover up your. I don't know how that works.
The mistakes that you've made with your body,
Oh yeah.
or mistakes that you you want to make or have made,
He
or
will be
make.
that next mistake.
Yeah, he might be the
insert clip of we could be that next mistake.
He'll be the most beautiful mistake you ever make.
This whole conversation is legendarily bad. This is a pretty good bad one.
This
I'm
is a
proud
good
of
one.
this one.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it. Yeah, Kevin does do great work. I've said it before somewhere in one of the episodes. I guess it's the bump and grind one. I think is where we dropped it in. There's a picture of him, and he just rolls in at the end, and he's got like these glasses on, and they're fairly thick, and he's just sitting there shirtless, looking just
Exactly like the tattoo artist you hoped does
That's
tattoos on you.
exactly- and that rides mountain bikes, and he just plops in a chair. I mean, that dude's bucket of fucks at that moment is so
Oh,
empty.
yeah.
He has given them all out.
It's perfect.
It's amazingly good.
The other thing that's really funny that I do to Kevin all the time, I have a half sleeve tattoo idea that him and I have been discussing for a long time. It's actually evolving, but every time he's around, I tell somebody else about it. But every time I talk about it, it adds something else to the tattoo, and he just gives me this blank stare, like I can't draw all that. Like, you have very little arms. How do you think I'm going to fit this whole collage of things in one arm? I'm like, I don't know, but you're going to.
I think you should just swole up one arm.
Yeah, just
So
my
like
left.
you just work out like this
Right.
one a lot. and
It'll
then
be
just-
good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Casey has a super cliche butterfly that he did beautifully on her forearm.
Right.
She's like, I really want to get a sleeve on this arm, but I want it to be like nautical and butterflies. I was like, well, he can do that. She's like, can he? I was like, yeah. So I saw him. I was like, can you make butterflies and like nautical go together? He's like, I don't know, maybe. Like, I already told her you can. So Kevin, no backsies, no take backsies.
Like, can you make a mermaid flying on the back of a butterfly?
Just drown it.
Just drown. It's a mermaid drowning in a sea of butterflies.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
She said just no skulls, so fair game.
Yeah. You could use a moth. Those moths that
I mean,
have
to be completely honest here, we're talking about my wife. So disappointment is like 99% of her life because she's married to me. So like anything you do would be fine.
Yeah,
fine. Perfect.
What if it was Dale's face as a butterfly and a merman?
Oh, well,
Listen, if we get 1 million views on this video, I will get a tattoo right here.
1 million.
Look at that guy. Right there will be Dale's face as a merman.
yeah, that'd be so good. Doing a turn down,
Doing a turn down merman style.
Mm-hmm.
I would love it.
that'd be perfect.
It's getting to be close to Halloween, which means Cabin in the Woods might come back on TV. You ever seen that? Mm-hmm. That's one of my favorite movies just because of the merman thing.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, the merman, and he gets killed by it. Like, it's like one of my favorite
What was
movies.
the movie that came out a couple years ago that won a ton of awards, but it was terrible? It was like the dude that lived in the water and the girl fell in love with him.
Oh, yeah, whatever. The Shape of Water.
Oh my God, it was so
I
bad.
almost said The Shape of Punk to Come. That's one of the best records of all time by The Refused.
But I remember like thinking, oh, this movie won all these awards. I'm going to watch it. And I watched it, and like halfway through, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like, what are these people thinking?
Oh, no. I got sent a trailer today by my buddy. It's a movie called, I'm pretty sure it's got to be a porn. It's called Baby Cat.
What?
So the plot of the movie is this lady moves into a new apartment and she meets a new apartment cat, which is a very attractive woman dressed as a cat with her ass hanging out and everything. Like she's basically in a bikini like that. But then it shows her taking care of the cat. And then the cat comes into her apartment and they start making out.
Oh my God.
Then later in the
It's
trailer,
the same as The Shape of Water.
the cat becomes a superhero and is fighting gangsters. And then there's a random
With the Damon
scene
Wayans
of
movie in the
a
middle.
green screen character that I'll talk about off camera to you, but a green screen character that just ran. You should just, if you want to understand where the world is really going in cinema, why movies suck. This ain't a get broke, get woke, get broke thing. Just go watch how terrible the movie is called Baby Cat or Cat Baby.
Oh
One of the
my
two.
God. Well,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
just gave it way too much airtime. But it sounds.
No, it's so bad it's worth it.
I'm like, okay, I'm in.
It's so bad.
I mean, you had me at like furry, But then you progress to
But
furry
it's not
superhero.
because she's like.
Is it like cats, like the Broadway cats?
No, those had buttholes. They put CGI buttholes. They took the time
That
to put a
is weird.
CGI butthole on. I mean, what is the
That's
world
just
coming
some.
to?
No. That's literally just some CGI guy. Like, watch this shit. I'm gonna see if I can get away with it.
So I have a friend.
Or
I
do they
won't
have to
say
be
who,
anatomy
He
correct?
worked on. Do you remember the Superman with Henry Cavill? Mm-hmm. Right. Do you remember the ships that looked just like penises that would launch?
They did
He
on
had to
purpose?
work on the penises, and he was like, literally, they were like more phallic. They kept
Like
saying
that's what Elon does too.
they wanted to make it look like
Dude,
a penis flying through the air, which is amazing to me.
I would do it too.
It's
Just
like
because
one
it's
big
funny.
dick joke.
Yeah, because whoever worked on that movie, after having been on set a few times with y'all, and like,
Oh yeah,
there's so many jokes.
Yeah.
And like being able to put it into a movie where other people don't get it makes it
millions
even
of
better.
children watch giant penises launching into the atmosphere.
I mean,
hope
it's kind
that
of a
clip goes viral, and I have to get a tattoo.
it's kind of a microcosm of the United States as a whole, anyway.
Well, we went political.
Yeah.
On the old political light, I can't reach it.
Ding.
Yeah, so a couple other things that we were going to throw into the mix. I was talking to a buddy of mine. This is post our situation that you and I exhibited once today. I was talking.
This
to a
is
buddy of
like
mine.
our second phone call for the day.
Yeah,
The
it
first
is.
one's like to touch up everything. The second one's like just
just let it go.
just nonsense.
It's just. But I talked to a buddy of mine. He owns a bicycle from a company called Obed, who used to be, the titanium bike company.
7.
Lightspeed.
Oh, Lightspeed.
Yeah, they used to be Lightspeed or a kickoff of Lightspeed or something. Basically, at Chattanooga, Obed had this like really great looking bike. It was spec'd well, right? It's carbon fiber. It was more of a high ride bike, so it's you're riding a little bit higher up. It's like a 130, like we talked about, and we'll talk about it in a minute. But anyway, they are discontinuing their mountain bike line. So both he and I, because in case those that don't know, Gorilla Gravity hasn't officially said it, nor has Obed, but they sure as shit seem like they're closing their doors out of business as well. And he's got proprietary, like his derailleur hanger, but the connection piece is proprietary. So there's like all these proprietary parts kind of thing. So it's just like it keeps happening because I don't get why big companies didn't, or smaller companies didn't think about like, hey, we have a surge of money.
Yeah.
Like, let's sit on it. Instead, they like, hey, we have a surge of money. Let's overstaff and then pass that on to the consumer when it's time.
It just seems so like the auto industry could have been a blueprint of what not to do.
Absolutely.
Like how many car companies come and go, and then they get bought
100%.
out by bigger ones. And it's similar, if
Yeah.
not the same.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, we are just dumb consumers in this industry, right?
Yep.
We are getting like third, fourth, fifth, secondhand knowledge. Fifth of the secondhand knowledge.
Yeah.
So like image is your brand, right? So like us translating like what's going on in the industry could be like down the road, but you would think that like our pulse is their pulse,
Right.
right? Like they would care about what consumers like us, dumbass consumers that don't have time to research their company, think or know about their company.
Right.
But here we are like losing all these brands that I've been around for years.
Yeah.
Just because their pulse wasn't in tune with our pulse. Basically, they weren't in tune with their consumers.
No, I mean, that's the thing is you run into a lot where, especially, it seems like in any sort of, you can apply it to almost any hobby for the most part.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the big established brands always win out. The problem is sometimes the established brands are boring as fuck, and you need some little upstart to come along and be like, hey, I've come to challenge the system. Like for Gorilla Gravity, was building this carbon bike completely in the United States, right? So it's pretty much a USA built bike minus the components, because we know that doesn't work that way. But here you go, you have that, and then the flip side of that is you go and everybody else is outsourcing, and they're keeping it real.
So many times those companies just push the envelope of the big companies, though, right?
That's what that's exactly right.
I interrupted you again.
No, I finished. You were echoing in. Good.
So like I think that it's those companies a lot of times are also started by somebody that was at a big company and didn't get their way, or they wanted to do things a little differently. Like I believe, and maybe I'm incorrect in my consumer non-factual knowledge, but Chipotle and Qdoba were started by the same people,
Brothers, allegedly.
and one of them left
Right.
because they couldn't get his way.
Right.
So, like,
And McDonald's owns Chipotle.
or Qdoba. Which one?
I can't remember. They own one of the two.
Yeah, because I think Chipotle is individual because I own Chipotle stock.
They could still do that, but
Oh,
McDonald's
they
could
can.
be the parent. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So anyway, I think that a lot of times, like whenever
You don't eat there, though.
no, I just did some stock research and they said Chipotle was valuable.
Okay.
I do like Chipotle.
I've never seen you eat there ever.
No. I used to eat there all the time.
Oh,
like,
got it.
It was my favorite, but
Got it.
now I feel like it got a little overpriced for what you're getting.
Oh, I agree.
Well, back in the day, like 2004 to 2007.
Okay. You're literally saying the same thing, though. It's the consumer situation, right?
Right.
There is a point in which, whether it's a small brand
Yeah.
or a big brand, you were in touch and they were in touch with their market, and then that market separates away. What I think is interesting is you're going to have, at least what I observe is in the bike market, especially, you have thought leaders that are way out there ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So there's stuff that's happening from the big brands, Specialized, Trek, Giant. Those guys, there's stuff that's coming out
Right.
that's design-wise, like whatever that covered-up gimmick is on the downhill bike that we don't know.
It
Right?
might not be anything.
It could be nothing. It could be
Right.
a ploy, but whatever that is. But the amount of research they gain, the technology and the information they're pulling right now is going to influence stuff 3 to 5 years before
Right.
we even see it. But they're going to have that data, right? Meanwhile, the small brands, they're only going with, look, we can R&D for a year, guys, and we got to put it out. Whereas,
Right.
they can sit on it for 5 years. That's what I think it is. So like Chipotle, they're big enough that they're like, yeah, we've R&D'd it. We can keep raising prices, and let's look at maximum.
Yeah, because I think their whole stitch was like stick, whatever it was. Their whole thing was like a locally sourced produce
In the beginning.
and not anymore.
I don't
right?
think so.
Yeah, so it's like that was their whole thing.
They're all
was
about
like
cheese and queso now.
right. Well, their whole thing was like,
Guacamole.
well, you can't have Chipotle everywhere because it has to be available where they could get the products to cook everything.
Now, I will say I do feel like Qdoba is harder to come by. Like I see fewer.
Yeah,
of
there's
those down
not
here.
very many.
I
There
think-
wasn't very many in the north either.
No.
Not really. Not like Chipotle.
Yeah, that's why
There's
I think
more
Chipotle,
hothead.
I think, but Chipotle might be McDonald's.
Yeah, maybe. Hothead burrito. There's a lot of those in the north.
We never even heard of that.
Oh, dude, there's one in Pensacola by UWF. You got to go there. It's really good.
Is it?
Oh, dude.
Our jam was something called Tijuana Flats.
Yeah, there's one coming back.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, but Hothead is like Chipotle with a ton of sauces. Like
Well, that's
good
what
sauce.
Tijuana is.
Is it?
Except it's
Okay.
tacos,
Okay.
and like more Southern American tacos.
Okay.
Where it's meat, cheese, and lettuce. The Todd Golf of tacos. Shout out to Pat, who knows how to eat a taco correctly.
I know,
That
Pat hates us.
That came out the wrong way. Pat, I'm
does.
proud of you.
Good taco eating fella there.
He's one of them good fellows over there. Can eat a taco. Just ask his wife. Okay.
It's Pat.
Here's Dale's face for the awkward.
Hey, taco boy.
Speaking of It's Pat, we are into season 3 of the Reb, for those of you that don't know. Why that's exciting, that means that those that have been following along from the very beginning, it's pretty awesome to us that we decided to not go the rogue route in terms of getting land and building trails. We tried something else. We have a different blueprint, if you will. We contacted the landowner. We found the land. We contacted the landowner and have maintained a great relationship with the landowner. He's very happy that we are able to send him money. It's not a crazy amount. We send that. He only requested insurance, which we are able to raise the money and get. We are a non-for-profit organization, but we are profitable in the sense that we have a little extra surplus that we can use for other things. We were able to help raise money to buy, not through the Reb, but through individuals of the company, buy a friend a bike in season 2. That's a huge deal. We helped that guy out. We've been able to donate lots of energy and time and money to develop the land, so forth and so on. So for us to be at season 3, big deal for us. That means at least we have one more year. That's what we always say. We're just always grateful for the next year and just keep going. Part of what we're excited about is for those of you that have been listening and part of the community for a while, we are very excited to announce
Jankfest 2023. Is that right?
Yeah.
Man,
We don't talk about shit on the show.
I know.
before
I
we
was
go.
like, deer in headlights. Like, wait a second. What are we announcing now?
I thought you felt cued.
I thought it was the Taylor Swift ticket.
No. Shh.
Oh, sorry.
That was a special only event.
Sorry.
But anyway, so we have Jank Fest, which is just a little invitational only celebration of not this podcast
Of jankies.
of janky reb riding.
That's
janky
right.
in a good way.
No, in an absolutely good way. And it's kind of an ode to some people that have visited that the biggest compliment they said they could give us was like, it's janky in the most beautiful way that it could be. Like, not in a bad, dangerous way, but in a way like, hey, there's carpets on stuff and things that we can do there that you can't do on public trails.
Yeah.
And it's happening.
Somebody rode recently that I think had made judgments.
Preconceived
notions. Yeah,
there
yeah.
you go.
And they came and rode and they're like, my God, this carpet on everything is brilliant because they deal with the same type of soil we have. So shout out to that individual for noticing. We're very excited about it because the carpet holds up.
That's right.
When
It's
you're
a
dealing with nothing
magic
but
carpet
sand,
ride.
yeah, that's exactly right.
And it's also like the other compliments that we get, we hear them because we spend a lot of time there. But like, you hear people say like, dude, this is way different than I expected or
Right.
way better than I expected. People are probably complimentary. They're not going to tell us how shitty it is. And we get it. It's not Oak Mountain. It's not the North, but it is ours.
Right.
So there's
And-
like,
Right.
It is
and it's
great.
One day yours too, but we're not there yet. Like so,
Right.
so
unless
we could-
y'all sponsor us and send us a ton of money, we just buy it.
Yeah, that's true. We could do that. We could do it. I don't think we'd get raised enough.
Crowdfunding?
We don't. The owner wants a little chunk.
I know he does.
It's a little chunk.
We could like, I have HIV of the legs. I could like limp up there and be like, dude, just for a disabled veteran of mountain biking.
Yeah, you better clarify that.
I know. I wasn't stealing any valor. I'm saying veteran of mountain biking.
Stolen valor. The
Yeah.
Dale Boy
No.
Sports Management.
Disabled mountain bike veteran. Trail building.
Trail builder. Long story short.
It's the least he could do. His stupid brown recluse got me.
Yeah, well, that's what we believe.
Yeah.
Dale has sustained an injury that nearly cost him. If you guys watch the live stream, you could see him starting to fade.
Oh, dude.
That was the event in which led to some major antibiotic situation.
Woo. I still fading from that. It's all good.
Yeah.
In the hood.
Is what it is. So, anyway, long story short, Jank Fest, invitation only. You'll know if you're invited because you'll get an invitation. It's kind of like Willy Wonka. We hope to open it up one day for something else. Those of you that, if you don't get one, don't be upset. We just had a limit.
If you get one, don't be upset either.
Also, fair point. And then there's a series of events that we just, fun stuff will happen. That's what I can say. That's what we can say about Jank Fest. Meanwhile, shout out to a couple other things that we need to mention in the community because I mentioned that we would. First is I think this will drop, within time for the Cortez Coaster of Love Mountain Bike Festival over there in Bogachito.
That's right.
We may or may not be there. We don't know yet.
I'll be there.
Dale Boyd of Dale Boyd Sports Management.
I already committed.
Are you
Verbally.
racing? Robin's racing?
I'm not racing.
All right, no race. You can't beat Dale Boyd.
You can't beat me anyway. I'll be walking around with the WWF belt on like, bitch, come get some.
I think you should.
You get some over here in the tent with some drinks because that's all we're getting. I'm not racing. No, I'll go ride around for a little bit, hang out, sign autographs, kiss babies, whatever Nixon would do.
Yep. I wish Nixon was there. Anyway, so that's coming up on the
7th.
The 7th, October 7th. If you have a chance, you can check it out. Go over to, where can they sign up now? Is it Norba? You can go over to Norba. Look up Norba.
And I don't know.
Rollercoasteroflove.com.
Roller Coaster of
That's
Love.
probably not anything.
Yeah,
That's
please don't
probably-
go to that because you'll
that's
find
probably
some
like
cat
babycat.com.
fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. So anyway, that's popped up. If you have a chance, go over there. You can find it. Just search it. I don't have the link, or maybe I'll post it. I don't know. We'll do something. So that's one bit. The other part of it is Chase has an event coming up in Birmingham that's like a Ride for the Cure type thing.
Bicycle-a-thon.
Bikeathon, thank you. It's a bikeathon and it is for those dealing with dementia, I think is where it goes. You can go to bump.org and read more about it. He is looking for more people to sign up, of course, or sponsor miles, I believe is how it works.
I've also been super impressed with Bump lately.
Yeah.
Because this summer they've taken another step and they have something going on every single day for the most part. And they've done like, it's growing. It's great. I think it's awesome. Some of the stuff that they've been doing up there. So shout out to Chase and the Bump crew. And I know Eric Hagan is a face, and also Eric, I know you listen to this always, so get well, buddy. I know you're having back surgery, so
Whoa.
take care of yourself.
I didn't know that.
Let us know if you need anything.
Oh.
Drew will give you a massage. I'm not into that, but
I mean, I'll do whatever I got to do for Eric Hagan.
yep. But get well, buddy.
Yeah, get real, Eric. I'll put you in the old thoughts and prayers category. That sounds terrible. Because most people that say that are like, yeah, he's done.
Well, he meant thoughts like THOTS. I know you're down for that.
That's from a song too.
Is
I didn't
it?
know. Yeah, and that's what the guy says in that something about ocean astronaut in the ocean,
Oh yeah. Deep, rolling in the deep.
rolling in deep or whatever it is. Astronaut in the ocean.
We are the oldest, whitest dudes on the planet.
Yeah. We'll just make that little clip.
That's very thoughtful of you.
Yeah. Some more clips. So I think that's the primary of the events thing. Again, we're looking to bring some other guests on. We have some fun people coming up. Can't wait to have them on the show. We will do some new remote interviews with not breaking all of our shit when we do it. We're looking forward to that. We'll probably have Nixon back on again this season, I imagine.
Oh,
Probably have Dirty Uncle Chase back on this season, if I imagine. I think we'll have a lot of we have Toby coming back. We'll have lots of fun people on the show. Tell us what you want, and if you want to follow us or send us email or send us hate mail, you can do that at ridetherebellion@gmail.com. So that, again, that's ridetherebellionpodcast.
Send us some topics.
gmail.com. Yeah. What do you want to talk about? Also, you can find us on Fondle us. You can fondle us on social media at Ride the Rebellion. We're everywhere you want us to be except for X, because X not going to give it to us.
DMX has left the building. We are Rough Riders, though. Mount up.
Do you wear a chamois?
Fuck no. I used to, but it's too hot. Down here, you got to shed layers, man.
Listen, my thing about the chamois situation is I think we call it grip butt.
Oh, yeah. I get that analogy.
Now you get it.
Yeah, I
right?
get it. No, I get it.
I don't need grip butt riding my bike, and I feel like the chamois is supposed to stop that from happening, but it just pools up sweat that just creates a whole new level
creates
of friction.
another, you don't want it. That's
want
why they wear their underwear when they ride on them road bikes.
Now, the only time I do it is I've used that sham butter.
ShamWow.
ShamWow.
I don't think it's
these
ShamWow.
nuts. I'm going to start that brand.
I think that would be a good brand. Billy Mays would be proud.
Yep.
I think that I used to wear it when I first started, but I must have built up a tolerance because
So what you're saying is you may have
the hardest taint on the planet.
I was going to go with taint calluses, but I like whatever.
Taint easy being
taint-
greasy.
My taint's like rhino skin.
Does anyone else wear that shit, or do you just taint it out?
No, I mean, I met somebody I was talking to still rocks one.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, and I was like, man.
Are they on a hardtail?
No, but they said that for them it benefited them. Like they didn't have a problem. It might have been. I don't remember who it was. But I was like I didn't realize it. The only time that I'd go back to one now is like a really long ride.
Oh no, I wear them on the 70-mile rides.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because you need everything, anything you can think of, like all hands on deck.
Or some of the road stuff I did. One thing I wanted to let you chat about is that shirt that you're wearing.
Yeah. This shirt has been, I don't know if you can read it. There we go. It says turn down as standard if you can't read it. I've worn it on the podcast before. But the shirt was inspired by someone that we met at the Mobile Cycling Classic last year. I think John and Bug and I were there hanging out. We saw this dude wreck, and we kind of pointed and laughed because road bikes in their underwear wrecking it's funny. But then we saw him sitting in the sun with his girlfriend a little later. His whole kit ripped, and we were like, dude, get over here. Come, you're one of us. Just come sit with us. Come hang out. So we invited him over. His girlfriend and him, Madeline, they hung out with us all weekend. We got to know him. We got to hang out with him. We got to get to know him as a person. He hung out with us. It was super fun to watch us race our Fat Tire Crit. Well, he is a pre-med student at Florida State in Tallahassee, so I hooked him up with Nixon. They were planning some dirt rides here coming up. He's the national champ crit racer at Florida State this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was graduated from Texas Tech, but sadly, he was hit and killed by a drunk driver during a training ride on Saturday. And I told Drew this earlier. I've told Bug. I told a couple other people. I was like, I don't know why. Like it's hit me a lot more. Like I only knew the dude for 2 days, but like it felt like he touched my life like in a weird, like he not
felt
weird way. Like
it was more like a community thing. It was like one of those times where like somebody outside of our normal community fit right into our community. So it's one of those like, man, if you lived here, we'd all be.
Yeah, he would be right. He'd be he'd be a character of the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he is a very talented writer. He's a very talented person. And it's just sad when stuff like that happens. And so that happened. Other like kind of petty stuff was going on in my life. And it was like, man, everything's so trivial. Like, just quit worrying about it. Shit, so it could happen like that. You don't even know. Like you're doing what you do every single day, and it's over. So. Yeah,
I mean, we talk about a lot riding in the woods, and we're running towards trees rather quickly, or rocks, or sand, whatever it may be, and we're dealing with that stuff, and we don't often think about it because we're doing that, and we consider that to be dangerous in its own right.
Right.
But
which could still impale us, hurt us, or whatever.
100%. I mean, Todd is a great example. Not the Todd, the other Todd. Oops, I'm on the wrong channel. There we go. But consider the idea that with him, I mean, and even John got hit. They were hit by cars.
Right.
And that's something that happens on the road side of things. So
this is something that we can all take note of. And his name is Jake Boykin. So don't just keep him in your thoughts, and his family and Madeline and all of them. But it's something we all do. We text and drive. We sometimes have beverages and drive. We do things that are so selfish. So it's almost like just slow down and think about other people one time.
Right.
Just one time. It could save somebody's life one time.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be all the time. I'm not telling you to go lock yourself in the house and cry and worry, and just one time.
Yeah.
Think about something.
And that
else.
car wreck obviously didn't just destroy the life of Jake and his immediate family. Even the driver at that point, I assure you, has done some severe damage to them as well. So, like Dale said, just slow down. Just consider the idea. A lot of us, I know we get done with a ride and we crush some beers. I'm all for it, but just don't be stupid about it. You know, like, let's not get to that point. There's no reason to get plastered and drive home. It's just dumb. It's not worth it at the end of the day. Not that this is a PSA about that, but here we've had a cyclist die from something that could have been very easily avoided. I mean,
and we have a bunch of cyclists nearly die.
Yeah,
all the time. Like I have a handful of friends that I know. So it's like, it's just not worth it. Not worth it.
So again, we'll go over a couple of things. I'm just going to do a little housekeeping to close it out. Keep it a straightforward, pretty simple episode. But if you would like a free pair of shoes, all you have to do is go by Run and Try, located in Mobile, Alabama, not the one in Gulfport or wherever it is. Mobile, Alabama only. Go to Run and Try. Have them record you, or you can record yourself. As long as we can see and hear you, and they observe it, an employee observes it. You've got to say, I love the Ride the Rebellion podcast, and I love Run and Try. You got to film it. Somebody's going to win a free pair of shoes. First person to do it wins a free pair of shoes. The contest starts right meow whenever they open.
We are all catted up, baby.
And then the rest of you, if you do it and the entries get sent in, you will win another prize pack that includes an entry to get basically the shirt and $50 back or whatever, however that works out.
Whatever shirt we do.
So next time we do a shirt thing, you will get a shirt plus your chance to win money, which is awesome. That's a pretty cool deal. So keep that in mind. So 2 winners, one gets a free pair of shoes up to $150 in value. That's incredible. And the other one will get...
if we get a ton more than 2, we'll just start giving prizes away. But only one person gets a pair of shoes.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you make us a video, that's funny. That's awesome. And you probably helped support Aaron. Yeah. Because you probably bought something while you were there.
And that's the bigger part of it, is that's the whole point, is supporting the local side. So we're happy to give stuff away. We're happy to partner with them on that. Aaron's excited about it. We're excited about it. It's going to be super fun. So there's that. Don't forget to do that. And send us your content at Ride the Rebellion podcast at gmail.com. Also on the socials, which is even easier, just send it to us straight to the DMs, which is at Ride the Rebellion. And you can do that whenever you need to as well. With that being said, just remember what Dale Boyd says. Meow. Oh my God. No.